Hi, welcome to Sonny's the Car Wash Factory. My name is Anthony Analetto, and I'm the president of the equipment division here at Sonny's. Today I'm in Lumberton, North Carolina, southeast corner of the Carolinas, right next to I-95 in a small bedroom community with about a 25,000 population in a 3-mile radius. The Howard family has a gas station here, a Shell station with a 24-hour convenience store, 6 dispensing stations. They had a twin in-bay automatic touch-free unit on the property with some coin-operated vacuums that they have now converted to 1 in-bay and a mini-xpress tunnel. Complete facelift, free vacuum cleaners, and they're about to share some information and tell us how they did it, what made them do it, and how it went. Let's go take a look and have a talk. Hey Chase, thanks for having us down here to Lumberton to take a look at the wash and learn about this new remodel that you did.
Very welcome.
How long have you and your brother, it's Charles, right?
Correct.
How long have you guys been in the business?
We've been in the petroleum business since 1946. Chase Oil Company was founded by my grandfather, and my brother Charles and I came in control of the company about 20 years ago.
Okay. And always been gasoline first? When did the car wash business start?
We've always been in the car wash business at Chase Oil. As far back as 35 years ago, they were using some automated stuff, pretty simplistic machines. Charles and I started shortly after we got to the company and began experimenting with the touchless wash concept. So I'd say that's been around 15 years ago.
Wow, so you are a true pioneer in the industry. At that point in gasoline.
Right.
That's been pretty good. How many stations total?
We were now up to 20 convenience stores that we either own, operate, supply, or some level of involvement in.
So you do some owner-operated and some leased?
Correct.
Yeah.
We do kind of all facets. We're a distributor for BP, Shell, gasoline, independent gasoline, Exxon, and we just have some degree of involvement in several of these locations.
Okay. Are the car washes leased back to the owners, or are they all?
No, we kept the car washes.
You guys kept the car washes?
Correct.
So you picked that off your own. Okay. And tell us about how it's been going between the touch-free in-bays, and is this the first tunnel?
This is our first tunnel we did back in March, and it's going very well. We're very excited. This is one of our higher volume touchless twin bay sites. In looking at this tunnel concept, we felt like this would be our best first starting point to put a tunnel in and see how it went.
So on this site here, we've got some before and afters we'll add into the videos, but this is quite a big renovation. How much money did we spend here?
We spent a sizable amount of money, a little over $1 million getting this thing renovated.
Yeah, and that includes the facelift, the signage, the graphics, the concrete work, and everything else.
Yeah, we got because we'd been here for 15 years, we didn't have quite as much concrete to do, but we've certainly had to do quite a bit on the tunnel side.
Yeah. And then the in-bay automatics. What kind of volume are we doing here?
Prior, we were in a pretty decent area of around consistently for the last several years, 17, 18, somewhere around there. Since we put this tunnel in, we have not lost that volume. If anything, it's ticked up just a little bit, but we've been pretty pleased. That was certainly a concern for our touchless customers, but after this is done, I'm very satisfied.
So from this angle here, we can see we see the car wash entrance. We've got vacuums up front. How many free vacuums did we put up front?
17.
17? Mm-hmm. And then the ones on the side are push button starts.
Push buttons, yeah.
Because
collectively we have 17.
Because the laser's open 24 hours a day.
Exactly, and that's been a great additional service and feature that we've been able to market and promote.
And so the volume now in the tunnel, we've been open for 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, we've been open about 4 months now, and our volume has pretty much quadrupled in what we've been able to turn over. We were always a high volume site, but being able to pick this speed up like we have and really get a cleaner car has been a big asset.
Right. So just so if I can recap, and if I say something wrong, let me know. But so we got twin in-bay automatics. They can only wash so many cars an hour.
Correct.
Right? So the two of them together, 10 each, 10, 12 each, so 22 cars an hour. And with just the addition of the tunnel, the site volume total has quadrupled.
We're doing a sizable increase from what we were doing previously, for sure.
Yeah. And the ticket average isn't low. We kept the price of the car wash over here at $6. The in-bay is the same.
Correct.
Pretty much almost the same menus, a little bit different. but same price points? We average the same ticket on both sides, or?
Yeah, we are. The funny thing is the tunnel is, our in-bay ticket has gone up, obviously. We're now at a $15 high wash on the in-bay, where traditionally we were at 12. Okay. So, you know, they're buying the top wash packages, so that's been a nice little bump that we've added.
Yeah, that's nice. And then the vacuums, what's the response to being free vacuums,
well,
opposed to coin ops?
They love it, and I do too. We don't have the ability to restrict vacuum use here with the purchase, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
We're in the convenience store business here too with Dairy Queen. I want people on property, and we got a few of those that take advantage of it, but all in all, I think it's been well received. Yeah,
I mean, because there's a lot of trips going through that gas station on a weekend. I can imagine that, but you're not seeing a problem where they're taking up the vacuum spots.
Not a problem. We could use some more, probably.
Yeah, yeah. And what was the vacuum revenue from the coin ops before? How many coin ops do you have?
We had, I think we had 8 vacs back then, and the revenue was, you know, between vandalism, damage. You know, we were a couple of thousand, maybe a month at best. Yeah. It really wasn't enough to hold on to, in my opinion.
So pretty much a no-brainer to give up free vacuums and give up the coin ups to increase the volume. And then how about, we're in Lumberton, North Carolina. I checked into my hotel, they said it was full.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, why? And they tell me that we're in between New York and Florida. It's a good place to stop and rest.
Yep.
We've got big box retailers here, but how far do you think you're pulling demographically?
We just feel like we're pulling a little bit further than traditional models. This is more of a mini hub for a smaller rural market, and so we feel like our reach is getting out there a little bit further.
Yeah. And I did drive in, I saw a lot of industry here, right? I see some big companies down here. They must be doing sales reps and training. Is it a constant, I mean, 22,000 car a day traffic count, and there's only 22,000 people in the 3 mile radius, if that.
Yeah,
which is kind of an anomaly.
It is an anomaly bit here. There's several markets like that we're looking at, but it's got a combination of everything. It's got the interstate, it's got a big box here. I think the fact that we're a convenience store with a fast food partner as well is a big plus to bring traffic to the property.
So Chase, the bays were duplicate bays. How long were the in-bay bays?
48.
48, and what did we do here? Did we extend the building at all, or just?
Did not extend the building. We did bring an overhead canopy in, which we're going to elongate one more time, just for the purposes of the sun in the late afternoon.
So we end up with a conveyor that's
74 feet.
74 feet, rear wheel push,
right,
with about 50 feet of wash and dry area.
Exactly.
Yeah. Chase, what's the conveyor speed run at?
65.
65, 70 cars an hour?
Yep.
And I went through this morning. The car came out great. The show was phenomenal. There wasn't a minute that we weren't in there where we weren't totally covered in soap, wax, cleaners, polishes that you couldn't see out the window. I mean, all the way through down to the rinse area.
Right.
And on the top wash, I mean, that's an experience that the customer really got to feel they're getting the value.
Sure.
How about the management here? Have you had to add people to the site? Did you always have attended bays?
Yeah, we've added an on-site manager who's eventually going to be pretty heavily involved in all our locations from the operations management side. But we've brought on an additional, 7 or 8 guys that are working for us now, and we're keeping them busy, and probably going to need some more here by later in the winter and spring.
So where's the increased labor going to? Is it the free vacuums, or is it just a cleanup, or is it we're only takes one person to guide on and load?
Well, it's going to clean up. It's going to kind of all those facets a little bit, but we're spending a little bit extra labor right now getting process down, because we're working down the road for the future locations and training, and my on-site guys really trying to get his feet wet and understand what it's going to take labor-wise to keep these things going optimally.
Without giving up any secrets and making your brother crazy, tell us about the expansion plans. You don't have to tell us where or when or why, but just what your thoughts are.
Well, we're obviously looking to expand this business. We've been in it a long time. We've got several locations in-house that we already own that are conversion candidates, and so we've got one that we're going to begin here in a couple of weeks. We have another one that we have plans to convert, and then we're already looking for a couple of stand-up, ground-up deals we're going to build too. So
tell me about the menu package. I mean, the wash price for the touch freeze was always at what price? What was
we were washing 6, 8, and 10, and 12. Okay. And what we did on the touch free is we just bumped it up 6, 9, 12, and 15.
Okay. So the customer really, the price for the basic wash customer didn't change no matter where they go.
Correct.
That was pretty easy. And average ticket?
Average ticket previously was probably in the $9, $8.50 to $9 range, I would say.
Yeah. That's pretty strong ticket average.
Yeah.
And I see we have the monthly membership plans.
That's right.
And selling those at the pay stations?
We are selling those at the pay station and doing some marketing around town with it right now. We're just really getting our feet under that, but it's going well. It's been well received.
And you do an RFID as well?
We are.
Can you incorporate that to if they buy a pass, can they go to either wash?
Yes, we allow customers to go to either wash.
And the computer will handle that as well?
And the computer handles that, no problem.
That's a nice treat.
Yep.
Very good. So your plans to do that there is to try to market. What's our geographic area with all your sites? We talked earlier.
We're probably, from our corporate offices, we've probably got a range of 70 miles or better radius, I'd guess. And
then and you mentioned about trying to take that monthly membership and try to get it to the point where it's usable at all sites?
Yeah, I mean, that's the long-term goal. That's a hefty aspiration, but we feel like that there's some value in this thing long-term, in the reach that we have. We can implement this, it could go really well.
How important is it to have the owner's gut instinct or knowledge of the lay of the land? You know, understanding with their environment.
Very important. I can relay this from the convenience store industry. I've had situations where guys come to me wanting to build a convenience store in a market, and I'm like, dude, really? No. But when you live in an area, you know it better than anybody else. You know it better than the experts, and so gut instinct certainly plays a role in a decision on a location like this, for sure.
Tell me a little bit about how you see the value in now the new wash and the cross marketing with the gasoline.
It's been a huge asset. Anytime you make an investment of this level at a convenience store site, you're going to see residual increases at your gas station. We've seen some pretty impressive bumps in the gallons per month that we're selling here. Probably more interesting is the bump in the fast food quarter with the Dairy Queen. They've had a substantial bump since we made this investment. So what we've created essentially is a third reason to stop at this location. You know, it's not uncommon for me to see someone buy gas, go through Dairy Queen, get an ice cream cone, and then ride through the car wash on the way out. And so that's a triple threat and a triple win.
I got to tell you a little story about an email we got at the factory.
Right.
I knew we were coming here to do the video. I'd seen the pictures from the guys at Car Wash Services. They were pretty proud of what they did and how they turned out.
Right.
And all of a sudden we got an email that comes into just sales@sonnys.com without a name, just a phone number, sending a text or an email to the site. And it talks, it's a guy he's in the service business for in-bay automatics, works for a couple different manufacturers, travels this road pretty regularly and stays at a local hotel, and always comes by to either use the wash, right, or check it out because that's his business.
Right.
He came by and the email starts that he's expecting to see his normal twin in-bay automatic, and what he sees at 6 o'clock at night is a line of cars lined up to go through the car wash, one behind the other, and he's totally shocked. And as he watches the cars, washes his own truck, and goes through it, he was amazed at the transformation, and he'd only been here 4 months ago.
Yep.
And he said, how could this happen so fast?
Yeah.
So he talked to some of your employees. They shared some car count numbers with him, tell them they had done days over 500 cars a day.
Right.
He didn't really believe it, so he came back the next day and talked to another employee. He confirmed something over 300.
Right.
So he sent us an email saying that he was amazed at the site, been doing this a long time, and has never seen a transformation have that kind of impact so fast.
Right.
We've reached out to him, and he's told us that it was okay to repeat anything he said. I won't use his name, but I just think to have that kind of impression on somebody from within the industry is pretty powerful.
It is. It's very rewarding because we've been blessed in this, as I call it, a learning bell curve in the last 15 years. I was telling you earlier, we've started from essentially a rectangular split-faced block building to where we are now. And I am a firm believer, and my brother Charles is a firm believer as well, that you build it nice, you'll do nice business. And making an impact like this with the color schemes and the private label brand we've made, the bells and whistles I'm a big proponent of. I want the latest, greatest on here because our customers deserve that, and they want it, and you might as well provide it for them.
And I think you're absolutely right. I mean, just for him to pull up and see the total transformation in the site was like a wow. And then he saw the quality of the wash and the customer reception.
Cheapest advertising there is.
Yeah. So how old was this building? Let's talk about that for a minute.
15 years.
15 years old. So 15 years old, it was pretty much the same as it was for 15 years, same block. I'm guilty, if you want to call that guilty. You know, Dunkin' Donuts did it for years. It was a split face block, no maintenance, easy to do. I learned that a long time ago. I don't even have a steel door jamb in my building because I don't want to paint anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm only 8 years in. And I'm at the point now, my partner, we're talking, it's about time to just do it. And to bite the bullet and paint your split face block, which was maintenance free, that now is going to become maintenance forever. There's a return on investment there.
Absolutely.
And I think today's market, they're looking for it. You know, I mean, you know, in my markets, we've seen McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's now change their image. They do it about every 10 years. And they're a national franchise.
Exactly.
We're not a national franchise. You've got a national image look today, but I think that's powerful, and it's pretty affordable
it
for
really
the consumer to do that.
It really is.
And if you're going to spend money on marketing, the buildings is probably the best place because it'll last 10 years. Well, I think that's fantastic. I think it's going to be a great help, but you know, I think you'll do that. You and your brother will leave this company probably much better than you found it. Nothing bad against what your dad did for all those years. Because I'm sure he's going to watch this and he's waiting to see the.
And he'll want to come talk to you.
He's going to want to see the final cut. I don't want to be questioned afterwards. But I really appreciate the time and talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
I'd just like to take a moment to thank the Howard family, Chase and his brother and dad, for letting us come out here to Lumberton, North Carolina, to show you guys what a new gas station in-bay automatic conversion to a mini-xpress tunnel looks like. They did a fantastic job here. They really did a brand, total rebranding. They went from a 15-year-old site to what looks like state-of-the-art, franchise model. Again, we want to thank them, and I hope you enjoy the video, and maybe it'll help you people think about doing some rebranding or remodeling. As always, good luck and good washing.